Today, I'm going to answer the question that every single person has on their mind. In fact, I got a text on the way here from someone who owns a home in Florida in the Northport market at a 3% mortgage interest rate. And yet they're terrified and want to sell their home because they're afraid the housing market is about to crash. So I'm here today with Todd Sachs. You may know him from Sachs Realty. And Todd, I'm assuming you're getting that question often too.
All right. All the time, Chris. And, and whether they believe it or not, or, there's big controversy on the topic right now. But I want to say, man, I'm so happy to be here at Boynton Beach right now with you, man.
I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here with you too. But the question remains the same because the truth is right now, allegedly, the debt ceiling is that controversy is over. The problem has been solved. Well, you may believe that. I particularly do not. It feels a lot more like they pushed the can or kicked the can down the road a little bit further into the next president's problem. And that type of policy is no bueno for any financial stock, Bitcoin. Actually, it might be good for Bitcoin. I take that back, but it's not good for any market anywhere. And so today, what do we have? We've got mortgage interest rates. If you've got perfect credit at damn near 7%. If you don't have perfect credit, it's damn near 8 or 9%, really depending on how much money you put down and some other terms and conditions. But it's no bueno. With that, I want you to look around.
So you trying to say the president's not getting reelected? I mean, you said something that, you could just stop there. You actually said, that, so the next president comes in, they're kicking the can down the road. Is it, you don't believe it will be Biden?
Well, I don't know who it's going to be, but what I suspect we're doing right now is I think there's a lot of folks out there in the government that are doing whatever they must do in order to get reelected. And despite the fact that I have done a video with Ron DeSantis, and that's polarized a lot of people around the channel, my intent was not to necessarily endorse anybody. What it was to do was open up a dialogue, because without dialogue and transparent communication, the country is going to shit. And that is not what I want. I want open, sincere, honest dialogue. And the truth is, the home that we're at right now, as you can tell, is ridiculous. It is incredibly luxurious. It is incredibly nice. It's also an anomaly because in Boynton Beach, this home is one of the highest priced homes on the market. However, this is not your typical Boynton Beach home because it has, as you can plainly see behind me, deep waterfront, ocean access. You've got the ability to have a massive yacht in your backyard. It is literally less than 5 minutes from when you get in the boat to the inlet and the ocean. So this property is trading at a major discount compared to products similar to it, which are located in Manalapan, Delray Beach, or Boca Raton. If this home was there, you're paying 3x the amount. And this is not exactly a low-priced home. It's priced at almost $4.8 million. But the buyer of this home is not going to be concerned about mortgage interest rates. The buyer of this home does not care what's happening as far as the recession or the economy. They are wealthy and they are completely insulated from those types of things, which I know is not everybody. I know it's not most people who watch this channel. It certainly isn't me, and I suspect it isn't you either.
Absolutely not. You're right, Chris. If this home were in Maryland, in Annapolis, right on the Chesapeake, maybe on the Magothy, it would probably be a couple of $1 million more, actually. Well, we're close to D.C., and you do know, Chris, that all the money flows from D.C., right? So, that's one of the nice things about where we are in Maryland is that they just keep printing money.
The money printing continues. And yet, right now, more Americans than ever are tapping into their 401k and living off of that. So people ask me all the time, what are the leading indicators that we can look to see what's going to happen in housing? Well, I can tell you that the last time, and you can speak to this, when the housing market crashed, it only took 10% of the overall sales to be in distress to bring the national number down by 30%. Now, 30% was the national average. In different markets, in hyperlocal markets, that number was much worse. 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. It depends where you're at because each market trades differently, which is why it's critical you work with a hyper-local professional who understands the market that you're shopping in order to negotiate and advocate for you the right way. And if you're thinking about buying or selling or whatever the case may be, please reach out because we will absolutely connect you with an all-star professional who can absolutely negotiate for you the right way. So Todd, let me ask you, when's the last time that you've been at a house that has a boat on the freaking cabana?
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool, man. I tell you what, if I were a partying man, this is where I'd want to be because it's awesome. It's amazing. I mean, I think that what I like best about this place is, it feels like you're on vacation, but there's no HOA fees. There's no arena fees. This is all private. This is private docks. This house actually has 3 boat dock areas, right? With lifts and a bar is custom. They actually, to get it back here, they craned it over top of the house.
Did I hear you correct? They craned the boat into this area to create a bar? How freaking cool is that?
Yeah, that's what Megan said. So, look here, you could drive it if you want. You could pretend. So
full disclosure, don't drink and drive.
But
you're safe here.
Yeah, how much you have to drink, you may jump in here and pretend you're driving.
But the truth is, this house is built for fun. And I suspect that the buyer of this house may not even live here. This is very likely going to be a seasonal home for whoever purchases it. They'll be here maybe 3 months a year. But I want to showcase the interior of it for you because this home is exceptional. And I want you to know exactly what $4.8 million gets you. Now, we all know that insurance rates in Florida have gone through the roof. And I suspect that everybody knows that Florida is in Hurricane Alley. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody that a house that is this close to the ocean and on the water is at high risk, which is why it is critical that this home be built to withstand whatever storm might come. And this home is not only is it macked out to the nines, but it is totally safe and secure. So I doubt sincerely that the buyer of this home or the eventual buyer of this home really is paying too much attention to what the insurance rate for this particular home is, because this is going to be a high net worth individual who can buy whatever they want, whenever they want. And that's not everybody. I understand that. In fact, mortgage interest rates, newsflash, mortgage demand fell by, I think, somewhere close to 30 or 40% as of last month. Well, I got news for you. With the interest rates going higher, the demand fell off a cliff. There is not a lot of demand, or nothing like what it's been recently, in the market. Sales have fallen off a cliff. And real estate agents are leaving the business like no other time that I've ever experienced. People are suffering in this industry because there are far less sales happening.
We're in the gym. So guys, how did you all know that I was in master good shape? I'm fit.
I've never seen anybody more shredded.
I'm so fit.
When he's not selling houses, he's throwing them.
Yeah.
And the truth is, whoever buys this home has already done all the financial heavy lifting. Todd, I know that you said you wanted a little break here, but I think taking a shower right now is a little bit inappropriate and might get me kicked off YouTube completely.
It was all from the lifting, Chris. All the heavy lifting. I needed a little bit of a break. I just needed to get away, hang out in the shower, and those nice deep benches. But you know what? I saw something outside that was really, really, really cool.
Let's check that out. And by the way, we're going to check it out, but that, my friends, is a party bathtub.
Favorite things, Chris, when Megan was showing me earlier, it's kind of off the chain because sometimes I just don't feel like taking a shower inside. So I might just come on out to the balcony.
But I don't want you to get rained on or showered on. I want you to get what you want and negotiate the best deal humanly possible, irrespective of market conditions. And this balcony, which leads to the master, is incredible. And I'm going to flip this so you can see an aerial perspective of what the backyard looks like, but it's sick.
Built housing, right? So I mean, I know the detail that goes in, everything from the travertine tile that's outside to, I mean, it looks like wood on the deck. I mean, they have these reefs that they made for the fish. So at nighttime, it lights up and you can see the fish. And I mean, even these railings, Chris, are so amazing. Everything in this house is just as nice as intended, down to these massive copper gutters and downspouts.
Now, full disclosure, I doubt that that's the main selling feature of this house, although it is a very nice feature to have.
So, man, I got to ask the question. Can I?
Sure.
We're looking at these palm trees and I see these fruit things on them. Are they coconuts?
Oh, they are absolutely coconuts. And the thing that most people don't know, and I'm going to see if I can get that in here, is that those coconuts can be very hazardous to your health. And so this property, which has incredible landscaping, and I'll pop in some videos so you can see what it looks like, but there's a hefty fee that's associated with landscaping this property. They've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this home to ensure that it looks incredible, and the landscaping is to die for. But the eventual buyer of this home is definitively not going to be your normal buyer. In fact, I've got some investors that I intend to bring this to, because the truth is this home could be a major income generator for the right investor. In fact, I think it's quite possible that this particular home could be an amazing Airbnb. In fact, it could be almost like your own hotel. Because the truth is, Boca doesn't allow for Airbnbs. Manalapan, yeah, freaking right. No chance. But this particular property has no HOA. So they could command a premium of something like $20,000 or $25,000 a month for an Airbnb. So if you've got a big family or a group of people that you want to max out South Florida with, this is your ideal solution, because trying to replicate this in a hotel is impossible.
Chris, you think it's only going to draw maybe $20,000 a month? I mean, that's like $5,000 a week. I mean, if you go to Ocean City, Maryland, guys, you're going to spend $5,000, $7,000 a week for a hotel room, right? That's big enough for some family, right? But when you're talking about this, I mean, literally it could be a 6-bedroom house. How many people could you sleep in here? 15, 20? I mean, you could make, I mean, there's plenty of room.
Plenty of room.
Right, plenty of room. So I think you're right. I think an Airbnb, this would be awesome for short-term rental. And yeah, so you guys.
I would rather under promise and over deliver. I think I'm giving you a very discounted number, because honestly, I haven't run what it would actually be for this type of investor or investment property. I certainly am going to run those numbers, but I think you're right. I think I'm probably on the low side, and that this could command a much heftier premium. So to all my investor clients out there, you can expect that I'll be calling you soon, because this one is a winner. Which takes me back to the original question, which is, when is the housing market going to crash? And to be abundantly clear, each market trades completely differently. So what's happening in my market is very unlikely to be what's happening in your market. And Todd, please, whatever you do, don't throw yourself off the balcony. It's not going to be that bad. We're all going to do fine. In fact, the future looks bright, because the truth is, if you bought this house today and the market went to zero tomorrow, 10, 15, 20 years from now, this home would be trading at a new all-time high. So despite what the bad news is and what the media wants to sell you, please be prudent, be disciplined, be financially sound, do your own research, do your own due diligence, and only do what's right for you. But if buying or selling is right for you, then please reach out, because we would love to help. And if you're in the Maryland market, then obviously Todd is your guy. Please check him out on YouTube at Sachs Realty. He is the best. And I know a lot of you who watch my content also watch his. So thank you for watching. If you found value in this content, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, where I can never be censored. And check out my next video, because I suspect you will love it a lot.
Until next time, guys, peace.
Peace.